By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to pick a geographic farm, what to do in the first 30 days, and the one mindset shift that separates agents who build equity in a neighborhood from agents who quit after just 3 months. Most agents I talk to are chasing leads, and I get it because chasing feels productive and you're doing something, you're moving around, but here's the problem with chasing. When you stop running, the leads stop coming. Geographic farming is the opposite of chasing. It's planting. You show up in the same place with the same consistency, and over time, that neighborhood starts to recognize you. They start to trust you. And when they're ready to make a move, your name is already in their head. That is what we are building today, a real estate farm. Your name on a neighborhood, and leads that come to you instead of you running after them. Today, I'm gonna walk you through how farming works, how to work the right area, and what to do first. And I'm already working on the follow-up video that goes deeper into the advanced plays. But really, you need this foundation to establish first. So we're gonna get right into it. Stay with me through the section on how to pick your farm, because that is the piece that most agents completely skip. It's the reason their farming never converts. I'm going to show you exactly what to look for, what to avoid. Here's the reframe I want you to carry through this whole video. Farming is not a lead generation strategy. It's a brand building strategy that produces leads as a byproduct. The agents who burn out on farming are the ones who send one mailer, get 0 calls, and ultimately decide that it just doesn't work, because that's not farming. That's a one-night stand with a neighborhood. Real farming is a commitment, and the payoff is very real, but it comes to the agent who stays, not the one who sprints around and does a little of this, a little of that, and then hope that it sticks. Real estate is a relationship business, and we say that all the time, but that actually means something when put in practice. It means that people hire the agent they know, like, and trust, and you cannot build any of those 3 things in just a single interaction with somebody. Geographic farming works because it forces consistency. You are showing up in the same neighborhood with the same message at regular intervals. Every mailer, every door knock, every market update that you drop on someone's doorstep is a touch point, and touch points compound on one another to actually convert. Research on consumer behavior consistently shows that it takes anywhere from 7 to 12 touch points before someone makes a buying decision. That means that your first 3 mailers, they're not supposed to generate the lead or the calls or the deals. They're supposed to make the 4th one feel familiar. The goal in the beginning is recognition, not conversion. And once you understand that, the whole strategy changes. Okay. Here's how to pick your farm. This is the step that makes or breaks everything, so you really need to pay attention. There are 3 different filters that I want you to run any potential farm area through before you commit any financial investment to it. The first is turnover rate. You want a neighborhood that actually sells. Look at how many homes closed in that area in the last 12 months divided by the total number of homes. A healthy farm has a turnover rate of 5 to 7% at least. And if that neighborhood only moves 1 or 2 homes a year, you would be farming a desert, so that might not be the best option for you. And sidebar, this is already after you've kind of decided the general location you want to be in. So you live in a certain city, you want to farm neighborhoods in that certain city, because who doesn't like having to drive less than 5 minutes to get to their showings, or potentially even just be able to walk to go let someone in an open house. The fundamental number you're looking for is turnover rate, to make sure that enough homes sell in that area that would be worth your time to farm it. And that's after you've already decided kind of like, this is where, and now I need to decide exactly the pinpointed location. Filter number 2 is existing agent dominance. If an agent has sold more than 30% of the sales in that area, they're really dug in. But that doesn't mean that you can't win. If you were starting to pick a farm and there is already an established agent there, you'd have to really take a look internally to decide if you're trying to overcome that agent's current dominance and create dominance for yourself, or if there is another neighborhood that actually doesn't have agent dominance, that would be a little bit lower of a bar for you to need to break into in order to create the farm for yourself. That's your choice based off the farm that you feel like is really worth your time. And the third is connection. Do you have a genuine reason to be in this neighborhood? Maybe you grew up around it, maybe you live there, maybe you've actually just happened to sell a lot of clients there. Ultimately, you need to know the streets, the schools, the coffee shops. You need to know every turn and every style of house, because the agent who knows it authentically, the clients are working with the agents who show up differently and actually know the product. And when you know it backwards and forwards, the clients work with you because you are the expert. Run every potential neighborhood through those 3 filters and make sure that all 3 boxes are checked. You don't have to know everything about the neighborhood before you start farming it, but you need to have the first 2 figured out 100%. And then the third one, you need to be remotely familiar in order to know, is that somewhere that you want to sell or not? And real quick, if you're newer to building the business and you want to get your content and your systems working together from day one, grab my free social media starter guide. It is linked in the description below. It is the resource that I wish I had whenever I was starting out, and it pairs really well with what we're building in this series overall. So go ahead and grab it. All right, you've picked your farm. It checked off all the boxes. Now what? I want to give you a simple 30-day activation plan. This is 3 moves that establish your presence before you send a single mailer. Move number 1 is to walk it. Literally get in the neighborhood, walk the streets, know the layout, know the entry points, know the pocket streets that don't show up easily on a map. When you are physically present in a space, you start thinking about it differently, and that thinking shows up in how you talk about it to future clients. Whether it's buyers looking to get into the neighborhood, or sellers looking to get out of the neighborhood, or even just change the home that they're at in the neighborhood, knowing it better than anyone else is the number 1 way to build rapport quickly when you connect with someone new in the neighborhood. So now you're physically present in the neighborhood, but move number 2 is knowing the numbers cold. Before you ever knock on a door or drop a mailer, you should be able to answer off of the top of your head, what did the last home sell for? How long was it on the market? What's the average price per square foot? Or if you're in an area where square foot's a little bit gray, what's the average sales price in the area? What's been sitting? There are questions that homeowners actually care about. And when you know the answer to those questions without hesitating, you're the most credible agent they've ever talked to. It should be to the point where you know that walkout basements sell in on average 7 days, whereas homes without walkouts sell in 21 days. You won't get there on day 1 of research, but if you're walking it and you're doing an open house on every new listing that comes by, and you're talking to all the neighbors and getting their insight and feel for it, then you're gonna start figuring out what else that you need to be looking into. You're gonna be familiar with the floor plans, and then you're gonna be able to start really writing down all of the stats about this neighborhood, and you're gonna know it backwards and forwards. Move number 3. Introduce yourself to the neighborhood. Even if nobody is watching, you should be posting about it. Post about your walks. You should be creating content about the area. Nobody knows what farming means, so don't say I farmed this area. But you want to be posting things like, here's what sold last month. Here's what makes this neighborhood underrated. Here's what the neighbors say about living here. Here's the thing nobody tells you about buying in this zip code. You should start creating a digital footprint in that area so that when someone Googles you or finds you on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, your name and that neighborhood are automatically connected. You can do broad scope and more dialed in. So you can do city, neighborhood, zip code, however your area is geographically divided up. Having everything that pertains to that neighborhood on your page will be important. So for example, I do Union Market updates and then also neighborhood updates. But then every once in a while, I'll shout it out to all of Boone County, because those 3 different areas pertain to everybody that lives in my tight-knit neighborhood. The fun part is that these 3 moves don't cost you anything but time, and they set up everything that comes after. The mailers, the door knocking, the market reports. It sets those up to actually land and really convert those people that you're talking to into clients one day. I want to leave you with the mindset piece, because I think it's the most important thing I can really say about farming, because farming rewards patience in a way that almost no other lead generation strategy does. Most things in real estate are fast follow-up, fast response, fast closing. Farming is generally the opposite, because it's very slow, but it's intentionally slow. The slowness is really what makes it so defensible once it actually works, because other agents can outspend you on Zillow. They can buy ads, they can run scripts, but they cannot fake 12 to 18 months of consistent presence in a neighborhood because they can't replicate the fact that you sent 15 mailers, knocked on 200 doors, and posted 40 pieces of content about that specific area. That time and sweat equity is yours, and it compounds every single month you stay consistent doing it. It's not about getting the deal tomorrow. It's about getting the deal for next year. And if you want business to come from your farm with clientele that you know very well, you understand the houses, you don't have to drive far in order to get there for some farms. Let's say that you're super close to your farm. It's worth the investment today so that you can sell the majority of your business from your farm in the future. This is coming from an agent who started a brand new farm as a relatively new agent and sold 5 houses in that farm in the first year. The agents who are dominant in a farm today didn't get there by being the loudest. They got there by staying the longest. And it doesn't have to cost the most money, and it actually doesn't have to take up all of your time. But that's the mindset. And if you can hold on to it through the months where nothing in the farm is happening just yet, you will build something that pays you for years. This is just the foundation. There is so much more to farming than what we were able to cover today, and we're gonna go deeper. We're talking about what to say at the door, how to structure your mailers, and how to use the market data to position yourself as the expert before you even have to have a conversation or a listing there. And the advanced plays that turn a farm from just being a lead source into a dominant market position. And that content is coming in. It just goes way deeper than what we could possibly cover today. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that next more advanced farming strategy session. But pause really quick because I want to hear from you. Please drop a comment below and tell me, are you already farming a neighborhood, or is this something that you're considering for the first time? I also want to drop the market that you're in, whether you're in Northern Kentucky like me or you're halfway across the country, whatever. I want to know who's in this community and where you're building. Here's what I know from watching agent communities grow. The agents who are thinking about farming are already ahead. Most people are still just chasing leads, and they will literally just be a Pop-Tart agent, pick up the phone and run. You're watching a video about planting, and that is not an accident. That is what next level agents do. They don't wait until the timing is perfect. They pick the neighborhood, they learn the numbers, and they show up before it's ever guaranteed to work. And that is this community, and I'm so glad you're in it. Here's what you need to work on right now. There's 3 things. 1 is identify 2 or 3 neighborhoods in your market that you could realistically farm. Be real with yourself. Just identify them. Don't commit yet. Run the 3 filters on each one. Then, number 2, I want you to pull the sold data on each of those neighborhoods for the last 12 months, 24 months, 36, and so on, because knowing that the same thing happens year over year will create stability for you. You need to make sure that you understand the turnover rate year over year before anything else. And then pick one, walk it this week, begin to understand it, and decide if that's somewhere that you could see yourself showing up every single week. The next video in the series is going to give you the tools to actually structure your week so that farming and all of your other business activities have a place and a time. It's sort of like the intentional week. And what I want you to take from that is that farming is a pillar of business. A pillar of business is a thing that you do on a regular basis to generate business from it. If you just do it accidentally every once in a while, that's not a pillar, that's gravy, okay? And because this is where next level agents are made, I'm going to dive into every different aspect of your business and how you can build a 6-figure real estate business this year. Looking forward to the next one, and don't forget to comment and subscribe the market that you serve.